But yeah,
Google it if you
all
can.
right, let's cut it,
Cuddy.
ma'am.
Jamie.
Recording, Miss Recorder.
Dang.
Hey guys, welcome
Hey
back to another
guys.
episode. Woo, woo,
Hey.
woo. Black History Month is over,
But I still have a
sadly.
Black History shirt on.
But it's
Period.
Women's History Month.
Women's
Even
History Month. Black Women's History Month.
Yeah, because
period.
never mind. That wasn't nice.
I was gonna say even better, but I have to specify with like Black women because
Yeah.
women in general, I mean, we're amazing and great, but it's the Black women that really just do it for me.
Are we?
Yeah, we're the superior um species.
Hmm.
Not the superior species.
Species, like gender, bitch.
Like, why we gotta be a
I
species?
I'll say sex because people be
Oh
saying
my
gender.
god. Speaking of somebody, somebody was on, I saw a thing on Twitter where a woman was pretty much being like a um trying to say like, oh, the Bible made your, this is how a woman's supposed to act based on the Bible. Then somebody was like, I know the rib ain't talking.
Oh my
And
gosh,
when I say
please.
I nearly passed out. It's not you calling that lady a rib.
I know the
I'm
rib ain't
joke.
talking. Nah, people are wicked. Oh my
Said
gosh.
that lady shouldn't have an opinion because she is the rib. He
The
was like,
rib.
God made man and a rib. And I said, ooh, oh lordy.
Well, rib, sit down. Sit
Not
down and
the
be quiet because
rib.
ribs don't have mouths.
Um, guys, this is how my setup is gonna be this week. I'm injured or whatever. You know, y'all know my body hates me.
Not injured.
So there would have been no way for y'all to see me and it been like, suitable for the internet. So look at my
Facts.
face.
She down bad right now. She down bad,
But in
unfortunately.
better news, we have a month and a day until I'm 25. Yay.
Woot woot. Woot woot. 2-5, the
Actually, I
big
don't know if that's that
2-5.
exciting, honestly.
I already told my mom after I turn 25, I'm not Asian ever
I
again.
don't know. Like, I'm not. It's like, wow, I'm 25. I feel like I just turned like 20.
Yeah. I feel like
That I
we
can agree
skipped
with.
24. Because when I was 23, 25 seemed far.
It did.
Did.
And I also think the fact that I
Did.
wasn't really able to celebrate 24 like in a real way
Yeah.
and just like skipping to 25 was just like, well, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's okay. I'm going to be 25 for the rest of my life.
Oh my gosh, please.
Same. Who
It
even
is a
knows what
perfect
30 is?
age.
I don't
I'm
know.
never going to be not 25.
I agree. It's a great age. It's a perfect little middle, medium ground.
All right.
No one questions you. All right, so
Let's get
get
into the
into our
icebreaker.
icebreaker.
I just thought of this off the top of my head since we were talking about birthdays. If you had to throw a birthday party for yourself, what is going to be your dream birthday party?
Oh. Well, it would for sure. Oh, well, I have to throw it, so it's not going to be a surprise
Yeah,
thing.
it's not going to be a surprise. Well, I mean, if you wanted to be a surprise, let's say, okay, let's not say you had to throw it. Well, what would be your dream birthday party?
I feel like my dream birthday party would be one where like my husband plans it and well him and my best friends like work together to plan it because obviously they know me. Um and all of my favorite people are there and there's great music, great entertainment. Um Even better if it would be like a destination party and we all like fly out to like a really nice place and then just make a vacation out of it. But I'll have like my dream surprise party while we're there.
Mhm.
Because, fun fact, like when I'm, loaded, I plan on taking my friends on an international vacation every year. So we might as well, like, have a party for me while I'm there. And yeah, I just think those nights or those events where you just like feel good the whole time and you're just like having a
Yeah.
blast with people you just truly love, like That would make me happy. Oh, and no kids.
Jesus.
Because you have to monitor
What?
your fun.
Hide your kids away from her.
No, like even if let's say, well, I wouldn't want the kids on the trip period
Hide your
because I want everyone to be able to get as lit as possible. So
I feel you. I feel you. What about you?
Facts. I'm gonna say a trip as well. I would like to go somewhere tropical, somewhere where we have like villas. We could do a lot of
Like the
activity.
swimming up ones, when they have like
Yes.
the back in the ocean.
Exactly. You just dive right into the ocean, and it's clear water ocean, not that Pacific shit. Um. So yeah,
The
definitely with like
Pacific
my
is it
close.
blue?
Which one is the one by California? I thought that was the
That's the
Pacific.
Pacific.
Yeah,
I never
that's
seen the
dark
Pacific,
blue.
but
That's
the
dark
Atlantic
and
Ocean is also
ugly.
disgusting.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Atlantic
I think
Ocean.
the only
The
place,
Atlantic Ocean, I feel like is worse than the Pacific, but I also never been to the Pacific.
I think really the only area that is okay is semi okay, that is like, picture worthy, is Miami water,
No, no,
or
no,
like Florida areas.
no.
That's not this. If you, well, I guess you've never seen the Atlantic for real, because the Atlantic is dirty and the Pacific is dirty. It looks like a black abyss.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The
oh,
Miami beaches are absolutely atrocious. They're gross.
They don't really look like that. They
not
don't look dirty
atrocious.
though.
Yes, they have
The water
seaweed
doesn't.
flowing
Oh well,
everywhere. You're
yeah,
gonna get
that's
attacked by.
normal.
No, 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 no,
Seaweed is normal. Every beach I've gone to has had seaweed.
no,
Yeah, that's what I'm used to. So yeah,
no.
that doesn't bother me.
Yes.
Um,
And they're not blue. It's dark
in
too.
comparison to,
But like I said, I never seen that one.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you go to Myrtle Beach, you compare Myrtle
Oh,
Beach to
okay. That is
Miami.
gray water. That is
Yeah,
good.
like
That is water
that's
mixed with
a
dirt.
big difference.
That is
Yeah,
water mixed with dirt. No.
yeah, that's a hot fucking mess. But yeah, I think that like somewhere really tropical, like on an island, just minding our damn business, where if we want to be naked, we can be naked. We're just having no cares in the world, just having a good ass time as women.
Casey, I don't want to go anywhere, but I want it to be a whole production. Since my birthday is in October, I never had a freaking costume party. I wanted to be a costume party, but I want it in the. I'm gonna say like Candy throws her parties, but not all that sex stuff. But she just goes.
Not the dungeon.
She not all the sex stuff,
Imagine.
but I'm just talking like the idea, like how hard she goes for her birthday parties. Even like when she threw Todd a birthday party or her wedding was just like it was a whole big to do, like llamas,
Mm-hmm.
tigers, everything, just a whole big. I want it to be a grand thing, and we all
Oh,
everybody.
oh, her wedding. Okay.
Yeah, like and she had Todd a birthday party too, and it was just over the top. I want
Oh, when
everything.
that Jordan birthday party when he turned
Yeah,
45.
yeah. So I want it to be a costume like Halloween themed party, but everything over the top. So maybe like inside, it can be like a haunted house or something. I mean, I'm not going in a haunted house, but I want everybody else to go in the haunted house and have fun. Some
Definitely behind
just
that.
very something very over the top.
Like the celebrities do.
Mm. All right.
That's nice. I like that. All right, so let's move on to pop culture. Pew,
Mm-mm.
pew. So, what do you guys have for pop culture?
I'll go first. Since the last 2 weeks I was talking
Oh.
about Married at First Sight. I'm no. It's because this is a show. This is a reality show. Listen, if y'all have not been watching Married at First Sight this season, you need to watch it. And I'm not talking about if you looking for the love, don't watch it. But if you here for the mess, then watch it. So y'all know the man had a baby. Well, got a baby on the way with his now this man, so now they're coming back from their honeymoon. And instead of when they landed in Atlanta, he books a flight back to Chicago where his family lives, talking about he needs a break. After you don't put this girl through hell, you
Hmm.
need a break.
What she need then?
Right. So then now Paige just sitting there looking sad and dusty and crusty, just upset, bringing everybody mood down. And when he come back, he was like, oh, I need to talk to you. And he like makes her take off her mic, everything, can't hear.
What's up with him?
So now, after whatever they talk about, Paige is pissed. She calls the producers. Remember, I told you in the beginning, somebody was like, fuck you and fuck that bitch. I thought it was the baby mama. It was Paige because after he came back from out of town, he told her that he wanted a divorce and that he wanted to get back with
Girl.
his baby mama. And she was like, after all you done dragged me through, I was trying with you and fuck you and fuck that bitch. So I was like, yes, she has seen the light.
Hallelujah.
I met. So finally, one of the experts come. They're talking to everybody. So they come talk to her, and we don't know where Chris is. They don't know if he coming. They don't know if they not. So she is like, so she's telling him everything that's happened, everything that's happened. And he was like, so why did you have sex with him so many times? Because they have had sex unprotected every single day. They've been married except for a few, and they probably have been married about like 2 weeks at this point. So
Hmm. That
he's
is
like, why are
very
you having sex
interesting.
with him? Huh?
I said that is very interesting.
Yeah, she's like, why are you having sex with him? And he said, was like, you okay? Y'all had sex. Then after you had sex, he said, oh, I'm not attracted to you. Y'all had sex again. Then he said, oh, I got a baby. Y'all had sex again. Every time you had sex with him, it was like a whole something else. So he was like, why do you keep having sex with him unprotected? And she goes, I didn't want to. She's like, even though I didn't feel that connection, I didn't want to upset my husband. You know, that I just didn't want to upset him. And I said, church has ruined her. Church has ruined her. She says it's her duty as a wife. Church has ruined her.
Oh
Is
my gosh.
I don't know. The oil might have seeped in her brain. It's ruined her. And then so now he's sitting there smirking, looking stupid, just smirking, being a bitch. Everybody else like feeling the seriousness, and he's like laughing. And so the man was the expert. He's like, "Who child? This they need to get
That's
a
who.
divorce." Yeah, he pretty much he was like, "I fight for marriages, but this one, no." Why now? He waits till the expert leaves and whispers in the dumb bitch's ear and is like, I can't. I'm scared to fall in love with you. And when I say that roped her ass back in, she is a. I was like,
Paige,
all right, they getting
please.
a divorce. No, 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 no. Sis is here for it.
All
Sis,
he had to do was say he loved her.
I don't know, but
No, he didn't
no,
even say
no, he
that.
didn't
He
say
just
that. He
said,
said,
I'm
I'm
scared to fall
scared.
in love with you.
Yes, he said, I'm scared to fall in love with you. And I'm like, first of all, back up. You not gonna be. He was talking shit the whole time, and you think you're gonna do that and get that close to me? You should have punched him in the mouth. Then he was whispering in her ear for damn too long to just say that. And I know his breath was hot.
Hell yeah.
Because I realize that he does things that he does, like, even if it's gonna come out because it's being recorded and you're on a show and what you're doing is vital to the show, but he does it acting like he doesn't want to say it out loud, like he doesn't want to get caught saying it. I was like, he church done seeped in his brain too. They
Mm-mm.
not right up there, both of them.
That's sick.
So, but next week, dumbass Paige is about to meet with him and his baby mama. I thought they were getting a divorce, but no,
Okay, what's the purpose of that?
I have no clue.
I feel like that's just going to bring.
I have no clue. But this whole time, the
She needs
baby
to let
mama,
it go.
yeah,
This
the
is
whole time the
toxic.
baby mama has been making like Facebook posts, like cryptic. They've been
Um,
like cryptic though. And now I know
mm-hmm,
why it's cryptic because she's fucking in contract now and can't really say anything. Because at first I was
mm-hmm.
like, girl, if he lying on you, say that. Because she was like pretty much saying like, oh, don't believe everything you hear. Everything's not what it seems like. She'd be like saying stuff like that. And I'm like, if the nigga lying on you, say that. Or if he
Is
lying about
it?
something, say that. But now it makes sense because the bitch is on the show now. I don't know how often she's gonna be on the show, but she on the show.
Hmm.
I said, these
Interesting.
niggas is dumb.
How? What kind of? Did these people not vet this man to see that he had an ex fiance who was not that was
I would
pregnant?
say this is the problem. It's not that they didn't vet him, but well, with the whole relationship thing, they said a lot of their contestants are fresh out of relationships. So to them, it wasn't a red flag. Like even though to us now that we're like, what the fuck? He had just got out of a relationship. But to them, they're like a lot of the people we deal with and who we married and they're in successful marriages
Maybe
now.
that's the
They got
problem.
they're no, but he was like, they said they're still married. That's not a red flag to them. But I will say this is the
What?
problem. Yeah, whatever. I don't understand it. They got degrees. I don't. But I would say the one thing is that she damn, I forgot. Oh no, I would say it's only one black expert. And in the beginning, like they do, like they show like the whole process, not the whole, but like they show some of it.
Them
And the
interviewing
black
people and
man,
stuff.
yeah, the black man, he was like, "This is not gonna work." But the two white women, they were like, "No, it's great. They both love God." That's pretty much all they have in common is they both love God and they both want kids. And but he was, because I think he understood, like, because immediately, when I say immediately, some of the things that Chris was saying, like, we're like, oh my god, he's not gonna like Paige. And it's not because Paige is ugly, it's because he's a colorist and he's
Oh my
misogynist.
god.
So it's like, yeah, he was saying like things like, oh, she's not a trophy wife, or oh, I don't usually go
Trophy
for
wife.
people like her. He asked her, she was in a wedding dress with makeup and eyelashes and everything on, and her hair and weave, and he was like, oh, are you a tomboy? Where did you get tomboy? What happened? And so, and the only thing he attracted to her is because she got a fat ass. And so the black men understood it, but they didn't. I feel like they just didn't listen to him because they didn't understand where he was coming from. And he didn't want to just come. I feel like he just didn't want to straight come out and say,
And say he's a colorist.
yeah, she is black, undeniably black and thick. That ain't gonna work for him. Like, that ain't gonna work. So I'm like,
This is
Interesting.
toxic. They need
Very
to
much
they
so.
need to cut that.
yeah, they need more black people in there, like
They
involved
do.
in the picking.
I agree. I agree. Morgan, what's your pop culture?
For me, my pop culture is, so guys, listen. I think that in social media and in our generation, we set these different aspects of, not aspects, expectations or standards of, like, when a person cares about us. And my pop culture is like pretty non-serious, but I'm gonna get there. And you know how it's become a trend for like you to tweet something or put something on your story or whatever and say, "Oh, I want this," and then it just mysteriously pops up at your house or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I saw like people making a big deal out of it when JT tweeted she wanted some crab legs and then Lil Uzi Vert had them delivered, I was like, people were making like hoopla out of it. And I was just like, okay.
Hoopla is
But
being what? Like it was a bad thing or a good thing?
no, like,
Mhm.
oh, like he really cares
Like
about her.
relationship goals.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
gotcha.
just feel like, you know,
They also put the two tweets where it was like, uh, what's her name? JT
Can't turn a hoe
said
into a housewife, and she said can't turn a trick into a husband.
no. It said turned a trick into a husband and turned a
Yeah,
hoe
some
into
yeah,
a husband.
both.
yeah.
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 So I I think if you guys honestly like think about it, do you feel like some of the things that the internet has made popular, do you think it in some way shapes your expectations? Like if you were in a relationship with someone and you both were avid social media users, and I'll be specific, both avid Twitter users, like y'all use Twitter daily, and like, you say you want something and it's like very simple, something very doable. At some point, would you kind of expect for him to be like, let me surprise my girl with this?
No, I don't think I would expect it necessarily. If my intentions for putting it out there and I'm for him to see it and for him to get it for me, then I think. But if I'm just saying, oh, I like this, I don't think I would expect him.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it either because if that's the case, I would have just told him that I want this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But I know some people who are like, if I've been tweeting and we've been in a relationship for X amount of time, I feel like at some point he should be looking at my tweets to see what he can do for me. Well, I won't say I know these people, but I've heard people say that just like on the internet. And
Are they okay? Because why wouldn't you just tell that person that you're in a
Yeah,
relationship with the things that
Yeah,
you
I
like?
feel
I
like
don't
you can't
understand.
expect. First of all, you can't expect someone to see all of your tweets. Do you want
yeah.
this man to have your tweet notifications on?
Also, because I'm
Mhm.
like the way the algorithm is not in order. It's
Right.
it's random. Well, not
Yeah.
random, but most popular. And if nobody liked you in your stupid shoes, how you supposed to see them?
Oh, exactly.
What?
So
How
that
you supposed
I just wanted to ask that because I feel like some people have been tainted. They've
Most
they
definitely.
drank the poison.
Hmm. Yeah. Because those people that show that their boyfriends did this to them didn't show all the other times that they were complaining and tweeting about how they wanted Olive Garden and they ain't get no goddamn Olive Garden. They only showed the one time that they said they wanted some tulips from Trader Joe's and he got her some tulips from Trader Joe's. Um,
True.
so yeah, I think that's actually insanity. I just don't see how someone could expect something from someone when you don't communicate it. Why are you communicating via Twitter?
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's
Grow up.
You
If you're
have
one of
my
those
it's like
people,
you have
grow
my
up.
number.
Literally, you're my boyfriend or my girlfriend. I should be able to tell you this is what I like. Not getting it. But my pop culture is actually I was listening to Dreamgirls Clubhouse, the musical, all weekend.
Oh,
It was I didn't miss one show actually. I missed the I watched
I
the
missed the Saturday one. I was knocked out.
I watched the first one, which was like I forgot. Breakout
It was like
Stars, I listened to
Friday.
that one. Yeah, Friday I listened to the first one on Friday.
That was
Didn't
the
listen
Broadway stars.
Broadway Stars, Breakout Stars. I didn't do America's Best, America's Favorite, but I did listen to the celebrities. But yeah, it was really amazing. It was great. One of my friends from Clubhouse, he was actually the artistic director for it. So it was really nice to see him up there doing the damn thing, something so big. Like the auditions themselves were huge. They had like 5,000 plus rooms, people auditioning. They were trending for days. He was in them as a collective. They were in different publications. So just to see it come into fruition and see all of the support. They also were trending on Friday night, the number 4 trending topic. So it was really amazing. I like I said, it was just really cool to see how they reworked the script. They did all the songs that people love. It was just
they did the fight
really
scene.
good.
There you are, Effie.
I like to
Girl.
play with her. I
I'm
said I like to
asking.
play
I was
with her.
serious. Did
Why
they do? That is
did
the
you do
best
your head
song.
like that? Are you talking about I'm telling you like that?
No, no, well, yes, but the beginning part too. It needs
Yeah,
to.
they were all fighting. Yeah, they did
There
that
you are,
entire fight
Effie.
scene of them. They were like, "You're getting heavier by the second," that whole hoopla. Yeah, but yeah, it was really great. I enjoyed it. They are playing. I think they're doing encore of Effie particularly, but my favorites were the first night, which was that Broadway star, and the last night, which was the celebrity cast. Like, they were just
Alex
so
will
good.
never disappoint, I don't think.
Morgan knows she listened to it, and she didn't listen to the first one. I really wish she would have listened to the first one because the Broadway Effie from the first cast was so good as well. Oh, it was just so good, like amazing, chef's kiss. But love that for Black people, we're amazing. We do amazing things despite being in a panoramic. So love that for us. Go us. Yeah, that's all I got.
What's next? Y'all know we ain't stopped for pop culture. We ain't stopped the recording.
I was wondering. That's
Oh,
why I was like, "Wait, are we recording?" When
I
because I was
forgot.
like, "Oh, she gonna stop it," and then I was like, "Wait, we're not even recording to begin with." And then I realized, and then I got sidetracked. Okay, so you guys can probably tell by the title, we are going to be talking about roommate horror stories. Dun
Oh,
dun
I got a
dun.
story for you.
Sure you do. If you, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you're thinking about the same one that I'm thinking of, but
I gotta
yeah,
lie.
yeah. That's why I was like,
I don't know.
oh man.
Morgan, you got one? Yeah, you got
Yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shit, you could low key have a couple.
I that's what I was gonna say. I have many different experiences I can pull from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess I don't really have a question. I don't really have questions for this. It was just more gonna be like a story time. But I guess the first question is like, what time frame is this? How old were you? And you're like, just to set those scenes.
This was all during college.
Same.
Okay, perfect. Same for me.
Same. All
What years do you guys
right.
have? Freshman and sophomore? What was it? Do you remember?
My most craziest one was freshman year, I feel like.
So you were living in the dorm. What about you, Morgan?
I had a roommate freshman year, sophomore year, some of junior year, and none senior year.
Okay. And my story is gonna be from. I think that was my senior year, and I was living off campus in an apartment.
Oh man.
So who wants to go first?
I go first since nobody else. Okay. So let's set the scene.
Oh my gosh.
I've just been accepted into school. Well, no, not just been accepted, but I've just decided on where I'm going. And I'm like, yes, let's find a roommate, a black girl, because I can't.
We don't want to do with them
I didn't
Anglo-Saxons.
want any of those other issues that come with those other people. So I met a black on at UGA. They have like a little website thing, room website where you can find a roommate, yada yada yada. Found a girl. She lived in Metro Atlanta too. Me and my mama went to her house. You see, I should have took the red sign. I should have took the red flag.
Oh, I remember this girl.
I should have took the red flags.
Went to the
So
club with her mama.
no. Well, I don't know. Might have. That don't
I
have
remember you
nothing.
told me.
She might have. That don't have nothing to do
Oh,
with the story, so I don't remember it. So when I went to her house, this is red flag number one. I went to her house and I went into her room. She didn't have any doors, and I said, "What happened?" And she said, "Oh, I got in trouble." She didn't tell me. She told me something. It was something along the line of with a boy, and she got caught, and so she got in trouble. Then I was like, okay, fine. I've heard of somebody getting their door taken off the hinges before, so I was like, fine. Then she like reached down into her mattress, and this is all at her normal home, her home with her mother and father. Also, she's adopted. That's gonna come into play later. So she reached down and she pulled out a phone, and I was like, "Girl, you got a hole in your mattress?" She said, "Yeah,
Hmm.
because they can't know I have a phone. They can't know I'm not supposed to have a phone. We're 17. Excuse me."
she was
What
doing
you
a lot.
mean?
Like,
She
yes.
was doing a lot. Not the hole in the
Not her with a
mattress.
Go phone.
I feel like it was a regular phone. It wasn't like a weird like a track phone or nothing. It just looked regular. Her
So who was paying the bill?
I don't know. I ain't getting on that. This when I say this is the first day I'm meeting her.
I could see you
But
just now looking at the girl with a stained face.
I wasn't. I was just like, oh, okay. Because at that point, I was like, I realized that I live in a very lax household. Like, I don't get punishments like that. So I didn't know. I was like, maybe people just be getting in trouble. I don't know. But I'm just saying these three things just because when I would get to school, it's all gonna make sense that I should have seen this. Something was wrong. Something was wrong. So then her third thing was she had a job at McDonald's, but she didn't have access to any of her money.
Oh girl. This
Yes.
like strike three.
Yes. So,
Hmm.
okay. After that, I don't know if I talked to her or not. I probably did, might have didn't. I don't remember. So we get to school. Well, first I had to move in on the last day just because of my mom's job. It was her first week of school and she couldn't take off. She moved in on the first day because her adoptive parents, well, let me say her adoptive mother found out that she was trying to get in contact with her birth parent. And so she said, either you gonna talk to them or you gonna get the fuck out of my house. And so she got the fuck out of the house and made her sleep. She slept in a hotel for like a few days before she moved onto campus. So now we at school, we living up, we having fun. It was fun, fun, fun. It probably didn't get like crazy. I mean, she was doing little stuff, but I mean, it wasn't nothing real like bad. We was just having fun together. Then one, it was a football game. No, that's when we got in a fight. I don't remember what happened before. She just was doing no. The first thing was she was real big on the dating apps. And back then, this was like what, 2014?
They
I
weren't
don't
as
know.
big.
That was when Tinder was like when
No,
it
she
first came
wasn't
out,
even on
right?
Tinder. She was on like it was something
Plenty
with
of
a B.
fish,
It was something with a B. I can't remember. It was
Black Planet.
I don't know. I have no clue what it was. But she was big on dating websites.
Mm-hmm.
And she this time she was talking to some guys young. They were 17 like we were, because she had just turned 18, but pretty much all my other friends, we were all still pretty much 17. And so, but they were still in high school, kind of 17. And so I was like, that's weird. And so me and my other hallmates were all like, okay, y'all, we're gonna go to the movies. We're gonna go see that freaking movie with Taraji P. Henson in it, when they was trying to, the crazy lady tried to steal her man and baby, whatever movie that was.
Mm-hmm.
And so we called her. We were like, hey, girl, we're going to go downtown. Do you want to go with us? She said, oh, no, I'm going to just stay. So we went downtown. We had fun, whatever. About like 2:30 in the morning, I came back and I was like, oh, I thought you were asleep. She wasn't asleep. The door was open, like cracked open. I was like, this is weird. I walk in and
Mm-hmm.
it's three niggas. And I said,
Not
hi,
three.
three high schoolers. And
Oh
they're all
God.
in my,
Not high schoolers.
yes, let me not, I, they were our age, but they were still in high school. They were seniors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was just still weird to me. And they were freaking Athens locals. And I'm like, girl,
I was gonna say they must have been locals.
this is the motherfucking ghetto, don't you know? And that's also another thing, like, because how she even though her adopted mom got issues, she wasn't raised like that. After, like, once she got adopted, she was raised like pretty suburban. She didn't know about all that. So I was like, girl, this is the motherfucking ghetto. Don't be bringing these niggas over here. But fine, you brought them over there, and they all in my space, and I'm like, okay. And then one of the friends, they start texting each other. So I was like, what do y'all want? Like, what are y'all texting each other? Because we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
She had told them that my other hallmate and me, we were all down and ready to rumble. Like, we were all ready to,
Not DTF.
bruh. And
Yeah.
I said, oh, and I left. I went to another friend's room, and I just let that go.
Uh-huh.
So then maybe a couple of weeks later, we had a football game, and she was waiting for, she was fucking an out of town, not an out of town nigga, and so he was coming in for the game and just to hang out with us. He had been before, so it wasn't an issue. Um, I ended up falling asleep because it was fucking cold. I was frostbitten, but they still went out. And when they came home, they drunk as hell, regular shit. She decides, like, she's like, okay, everybody's going to sleep. When I say we were all up still talking, like, we were all just talking, we was chilling, just regular. And she was like, oh no, we're going to sleep. And I knew it was because she wanted to have sex with him. But I'm like, bruh, he is a million people in here. At that like, it is so many people in here.
I
Like,
don't
He
like
ain't got a
that.
car. Y'all can't go to his car.
he did, but his car, he had to park his car all the way on game days. You got to park all the way on the other side, far from where the freshman dorms are,
Oh, okay,
because of
okay,
how
gotcha,
close
gotcha.
the stadium is, real close to the freshman dorm. So you got to park far away
Mm-hmm.
because it was a game day. So I'm like, bruh, I was like, okay, you can have sex, but we're still up. And then she started turning off all the lights and on the TV. Once she turned the lights, I
Got
said,
her really wanting a
don't turn my
dick.
TV off, because the TV was mine. I was like, bitch, don't turn my TV off. And she turned my TV off. And I said, okay. I had to get my ass all the way down from that 6-foot bed. So now I'm pissed. Because that bed, that bed be fucking lofted to the ceiling. So
Literally behind something.
now I gotta get my ass down, turn this TV on. Everybody else, they just, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what was going on around it, but I was like, okay, now I gotta get my ass off this bed, and I'm pissed. I said, ain't nobody going to sleep in this motherfucker. And I turned the light,
Okay.
I turned the TV back on. I told her, don't touch my shit. Then she started talking shit, and I started talking shit. Then back then, now I'm more able to talk shit than I was. Like, before, I wasn't taking none of that. So then I pushed her, and then we just started fighting. Then
Oh.
Yeah, no, we got in a fist fight. The only reason we stopped fighting is because my hair was straight, and that's when I was like a real, oh, long hair don't care girl. And she had a fistful of my hair, and I said, oh no, if she yanks me up. So I stopped hitting her. I was like, okay, I'm done. And then, so now she's still talking shit. So I call my mom because I'm pissed. It's probably like 3:30 in the morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, but I'm pissed. I call my mom and she trying to figure out who to call. And then the only thing I remember from our argument, I was like, yeah, bitch, I was the only person looking out for you. You don't got nobody in the motherfucking call. Your mama don't like you, your daddy don't like you, and your other mama a cricket.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, girl.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, girl. I was pissed. Especially because then I felt like I was doing a lot for her. Like I felt like I was looking out a lot for her, and for you want to disrespect me. That's what we're gonna do. I don't remember when she was telling now. I don't remember what she said, but I know it was enough for me to push her. And then so after I called my mama, I ended up going. After that, I left and I went to another friend's house. Not house, but dorm, and I slept there. Meanwhile, this nigga's still there. Mind you, this is also a freshman dorm. Even though we lived in a co-ed dorm, it's a freshman dorm. You still have this nigga up in here. You
Mm-hmm.
can stop. So I go to my friend's dorm. I don't know, and I go to sleep. I wake up, and my mom is like, "Where are you?" I'm outside, and I said, "I just went to sleep." It's 7 o'clock. My mom was there at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then she was there with her friend. And I said, oh Lord. Then we talked to the people there.
Why you
And
say, "Oh Lord," like you Irish? Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Lord, that's literally how I felt. When I saw both of them, I was like, oh Lordy Jesus. Here we go. And so we talked to the people. They ended up like emergency moving me to somewhere else, to like the building right next door. So we had to move all my stuff out. The other thing I remember is while we were moving out, the boy was freaking helping me move out.
Yes, I remember.
He cool. Like he was cool. I ain't had no beef with him. But he was helping me move out. And my mom was like, that's your girlfriend?
Mm-mm.
He said no. And I said, you're embarrassing. She just was doing all of this to get a piece of your dick. You're embarrassing. That's when I should have known.
Well,
That's what I should have known these niggas are.
that wasn't his girlfriend.
Well, that was her
They was.
fault.
I mean, clearly we knew that wasn't. She wasn't
I
in a
knew
relationship if she had these
right.
high schoolers. She supposed to lie.
I knew it wasn't her boyfriend, but like, stop helping me. Stop talking to my mama. Go over there and console her because she looking like a sad puppy because she ain't got nobody coming over here for her. Ain't nobody running to her rescue. Ain't nobody doing nothing for her. She just sitting there looking dumb. And
You
then
know niggas embarrassing.
I was like, that's fucking
Very much
embarrassing.
so.
That was the first time, like, for real, a nigga had done something. And I was like, oh my God. Whoa. What
Like,
the hell? Literally. So, yeah, I moved out. They tried to kick us out of the dorm, but I wrote a letter pretty much saying how crazy they was and how. Then, so now it goes back to all the other stuff. I found out that she was really sick in the head. So, all the stuff she was doing is because she had a diagnosis. She was being like extra promiscuous, doing the most, doing not. She she not right up here.
what was the diagnosis?
I don't want to say it wrong, but I want to say it was borderline personality disorder.
Um,
So nothing she can't
did you
do.
ever see her again after that,
Oh
or
yeah,
did she
then
leave?
after that, our whole freshman year we were beefing, girl. The next
Yeah, I remember that.
after we didn't get into after we didn't get kicked out of the dorm, the next semester, me and my other friends, like we still shared mutual friends, and so me and my other friends went to a party, and I thought she called me, but I called her. I found that out later. But I
Oh
thought
my
she
god.
FaceTimed me, but I was that drunk. I thought she FaceTimed me, but I don't know what happened. Oh, she did. She texted me first. She texted me asking me about something, talking shit. And then so I FaceTimed her and I was popping my shit back. And I remember I told her, I said, don't motherfucking play with me. You know my mama would be up here in 30 minutes. do you want us to jump your ass? I was like, you already know how me and my mama get down. I remember I told her that. Then she reported me to the freaking student conduct people.
That's what you get.
She should have left me alone. Don't be fucking with me. She shouldn't have been texting my phone. But
Yeah,
she told the conduct people that I said I was gonna jump her and I was gonna kill her and all this extra stuff. I was just like, girl, she did tell them she was dragging it. And then so I just had to get I had to do I want to say 3 sessions of freaking anger management. And the anger she was like, so tell me about your home life. And I'm like, child, my home life is great. That and when I say that was the biggest waste of $100 I ever spent, because it was like $30 for each session. I said, child, please. Tell my son, are you sad that you don't have a dad? Shut up. No. Do I look sad? What am I?
Get out of my face.
Yeah. And then I seen her again. I seen a year. And I seen her at the freaking liquor store. She was trying to not look at me. And so I was like, oh, hey, girl.
You're childish.
I mean, it ain't no beef now. It is what it is.
obviously, because if there wasn't, that would just be stupid.
Yeah. I mean, or even still then it wasn't really no beef. Like when I seen her the second time. So I thought she dropped out of school if I'm being honest.
Y'all just didn't run in the same circles no more.
Oh no, I stopped being friends with them. Once I realized the type of bitches
Oh.
they was, I stopped being friends with them like January, bitch. Because I was like,
Oh, damn.
when me and her got into it, it was like half of our friends were over there, and then half of my friends were with me at the party. And it was like they were mad that because it was another one of my friends' birthday, and they were mad at another one of my friends for not going out, for wanting to go out and not wanting to stay in the dorms and watch movies and all that. I said, child, motherfucker, fuck you.
It's my
Fuck
birthday. I don't want to sit in no
yeah, so
goddamn.
that's how it started. It started like some shit like off
So it
of
was already some riff. Yeah.
yeah. So it was like, no, I'm like, girl, fuck all of them.
We going out for your birthday, period.
Yeah, and then after that, I was like, really, fuck all of y'all, cause y'all gonna let that girl sit up there and lie on me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
Mm-mm.
after that, and that's
Well,
how I know
that's ghetto.
very ghetto.
Very.
You said that's how you know what?
I can never have roommates.
Oh.
I get into it with all my roommates. Well, that was the only roommate I fought. Let me stop lying. That was the only roommate I fought, and then my second roommates, we went to high school together, and then they just got mad at something I said, but I wasn't mad. I mean, I wasn't taking it back because I meant it, and so they stopped talking to me, and then I just said, "Oh."
Well,
So
you didn't get into it with the white girls. Didn't you have
yeah, I did. Yeah, I was cool with them, but they wasn't my friends.
mhm.
So I ain't talk to them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I ain't talk to them. We just hey church
Hi
aunt.
and bye.
Yeah.
I took the trash out. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Like it was just nothing. Like so, it was no beef. The one, yeah. Mm.
Mm.
The other ones
Wow.
were Chelsea and Crystal. That wasn't a big thing. I think I said something about Crystal that she didn't like, but I meant it at the time, and
Yeah,
then
I remember this.
I
I
didn't
remember
know.
this.
So when I said it, I was saying it like just jokingly. Even like it was like I was like, you were like, "Huh, I don't feel like doing this," and I was like, "Yeah, because you're lazy." It was something like that,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I know it was me calling her lazy, and instead of then I asked her to do something for me, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know, I might be too lazy," and I said, "Oh, bitch, this is like 3 weeks. This is like a week later. You're mad, and you didn't say you were mad." I didn't know she was mad. That's also why I was like, well, bitch, I don't have to talk to you because I don't do. If I'm mad at something and I'm mad about something, I'm gonna say it, and then we can move on or we cannot. So you let that fester, and then you had to, say all of that. I was like, chat, please. So then I stopped. So then I'm gonna say they stopped talking to me, and then I just started hanging out with my other friends. And
I'm weak. Oh wow.
I'm
Morgan?
Well,
Uh-huh.
before I start, I would like to preface this by saying,
Oh
you
Lord.
guys, well, you guys know, but the listeners, technically, I am an only child. I have a brother and a sister from my dad's first marriage, but growing up, it was just me. So, um, before I got to college, I was trying to grasp the idea of sharing because up until I had a roommate, I never had to really share with anyone, or let alone a room, like my personal space. So I get to college, and I will say my roommate that I had freshman year, her as a roommate wasn't, it wasn't like hell or anything. For me, it was more just adapting to the fact that I have to see this person every single day, and they're the first person I see and the last person I see every single day, and sharing a living space. So that was more on me than like her as a person. But freshman year, sharing that bathroom with those other two girls, when I say hell, they would leave weave and like all types of stuff just in the bathroom. And that was like my
Wet
first
hair is
experience.
gross.
Huh?
Wet hair is gross.
Yeah, like that experience really taught me, because I never had this experience with like my roommate, but our suite mates who was like, oh, people really dirty. Like, okay. Sophomore year, I got my first apartment. It was off campus. No, like, fortunately, I don't have any horrible, like, horror stories, but I've just had different experiences. Freshman, not sophomore year, I had my first apartment. And the only thing about that experience was one of my roommates and her boyfriend used to be steady arguing. And so she would kick him out of her bedroom. So he would just be in the living room, like, groveling and begging for hours. And sometimes, like, when I needed to laugh, I would turn my TV on mute just to listen to him, like, in the just to listen to him in the living room begging for her to open the door. He'll really be begging the door, "Oh my gosh, please, Danielle, I love you so much." Like, I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, you do have nothing to do? You can't leave and come back and see how she feeling? Like, dang." So that was the only thing really with that apartment. My second apartment, which I stayed at for the duration of my tenure at Louisiana State University, I only had one roommate. I lived in a four-bedroom apartment, but I only had one roommate. And it was this girl who never cleaned up behind herself, who but she had all these like stipulations, and that for me was the very funny thing. Like, I will never forget, she had family coming in town. She was this star baseball player for LSU, and she was supposed to, be going to the pro league after college or whatever. Cool. She left a note on the refrigerator saying like, "Oh, hey, can you clean up the kitchen, blah blah blah." And me and my boyfriend was looking at each other like, what is she talking about? We don't use the like we don't me like my
What type of person was
boyfriend.
she?
Huh?
What type of
She's
person?
black.
She was
Oh,
black. My boyfriend would cook dinner for me a few nights out of the week, but there would never be he would never leave a dish in the sink. We would use like paper utensils and stuff. So we were just looking at each other like, basically you want us to clean your mess. And that was the issue that I had with her. She always wanted us to clean up behind her, especially if people were coming in town and they were going to be at the apartment. So it was just like, girl, I remember once she moved out, my apartment was like spotless. Like, there
Cause
was
that thing stunk when she was there.
Thank you.
Like the whole kitchen, living room area.
We had to clean out we always had to take out her trash. And we were being stubborn for a while because it was like, it's not our responsibility to take out your trash. But it got to the point where, okay, like, I'm tired of smelling this when I walk into my apartment. So my boyfriend would just go do it. But that really irritated me. It really, really irritated me. So when she moved out, like, my apartment looked the best it ever looked. And
did y'all
even
get
when I,
professional cleaners?
huh?
You got like professional cleaners or something?
No, my boyfriend would clean it
Oh,
because he would be
how
the
was she
one.
moved out?
If anyone was cooking in my apartment, it would be him, honestly. I cooked maybe a few meals. Um, so, but he always cleaned up behind himself. And I remember, like, when I became single, I'll never forget. Um, everything stayed clean because either I wasn't using it or it was just me. And when it was me and my boyfriend, it was like two of us, but just having to worry about my stuff was different. And I remember Tasia came over, she was like, this is spotless. Like, wow. I was like, yeah,
I had
girl,
never seen it
it's
like that
just me.
before.
I only have to worry about my stuff.
Cause
And I
bruh,
don't really cook like that. And I remember towards the end of my senior year, the apartment was talking about moving in another girl because I was basically at the apartment by myself for maybe 6 to 8 months at this point. And so when I got home, like they were in the kitchen and she was like, "Oh, hey, Morgan." And I was like, "Hey." She was like, "Oh my gosh, you keep it so clean in here." I was like, "I know. Thanks." She was like, "How do you feel about getting, a new roommate? I know you've been here, by yourself." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Because at the end of the day, for me, I was like, when I moved in here, I expected to have three roommates. And the fact that I've never had more than one, like, how I'm gonna be mad if they move somebody into this empty ass apartment.
You got
And
lucky too.
yeah, oh yeah, I was definitely lucky, definitely. Because I remember there was a period of time where my friends would come over and they would just like take the other rooms,
Oh,
if we could get it unlocked, on some criminal stuff. But anyway, um my second roommate ended up being a girl who was in nursing school at Southern, and she was honestly like no
I forgot about
issues.
her.
She was great. Like she was country, she was really nice. She had her little boyfriend. Um I never had any issues with them. The only thing was like sometimes if she had friends over, they would get like really loud um towards the end of the night, but I really can't be mad because it used to be Tasia and her boyfriend at the time and my boyfriend being loud as hell and ignorant. So we would do the same thing. So I really couldn't be mad. So fortunately, I don't really have any roommate horror stories per se, just negative experiences with some of them. I think moving forward,
that's a horror story. The
I
dirty,
mean, I didn't fight nobody, like
but mine
You
is
know, you don't gotta fight somebody to be a
yeah.
horror story, but her
I
being
feel
dirty
like
and filthy
Tasia's
like that,
is when I think of like roommate horror story, I think of like Tasia, like
You
with
were
that.
somebody's maid.
Who was me?
who?
Who? You had to clean up behind
Oh,
that girl.
oh, that wasn't a regular
Oh,
thing though.
Well, then your
But
house stunk.
when it got to the point where I just wanted for my apartment to smell good, I was
yeah,
like,
because
yeah.
that shit would be rancid.
She would just let it sit there, and I'm like,
Fuck, it
"Are
smelled
you
so bad.
serious?" And she would sit it at the door, and that would be it. It's just
Yes,
like, girl,
you
move
would
the
slap you in the
trash.
face.
You're an
Where
athlete. Go take that little. It wasn't even that bad of a walk. Just go to the dumpster. Like that
And
was just very irritating. And I can say my
the shit,
just
freshman
you don't
year,
want to walk, do like regular people and put it on the top of your car and go.
no,
literally, and
literally,
go.
that was me. I never
Like
walked to
that's
the
what because that's what
dumpster
I did too. I put it on my car.
ever, but I really never had to take out the trash. But anyway, I will say my freshman year, me and Kayla's mutual college friend at the time, like she would always try to find ways for me to not be in my room. And that used to irritate me because it's like I paid for this room, so I'm going to be in this room. But
You and
she just
Kayla.
wanted, huh?
What you? Who? What do you mean? You and Kayla's mutual college friend?
I'm talking about her.
Why'd you say
I
you
meant
and?
me and Tasia. Sorry.
Oh,
Well,
hey girl.
um, hey girl. She
I was
basically
like, huh?
wanted me to she never wanted me to be in there. And I'm like,
She
girl,
like having her boyfriend or something.
yeah. And so she would be
Oh.
like, don't you want to eat your food by Tasia? Like, no. I want to eat my food in my bed.
Where
And
I'm at.
right.
I'm
It
where
was
I
just
want to
irritating me
be. If I
because
wanted to be
it
somewhere,
was like
I would have got my ass up. Duh.
my thing is like he also had a dorm, so why are y'all only coming to this one? Why can't y'all go to his dorm sometimes? Like why are y'all always here?
Probably the same way Tasia boyfriend roommate felt. Hell. Why y'all always here? Damn.
Well, I'm sure he felt that way, but that just irritated me.
But Jalen also
Uh,
loved us. He would tell me he was bored when I was gone.
yeah, whatever.
He
I'm
loved
sure he
me.
wanted you to go.
Like I didn't want to deal with that. It was very irritating.
Yeah, I'd be irritated by that too. Why y'all always in here? Go somewhere else.
I'm gonna eat my Subway and my lemonade right here with my Netflix right
Don't
here,
you see me sitting here?
and I'm not
Same.
leaving. Like it's not happening. Go to
Yeah, I
his
never did Jalen like that. I was never like, are you gonna leave? Because honestly, we all would sit and talk to each other. So that was never an issue for me.
Got a
Yeah,
bite
that's
on my
strange.
neck.
Aw.
I wonder from what.
Like a mosquito or something.
Oh,
What are you
wow.
talking about? Where are you at?
Okay.
You don't see that bump?
Yeah, now. Okay.
That's itchy.
So my roommate horror story. I want to say this was senior year. Okay, so I was similar to Morgan. I had a 4 bedroom, but for the majority of um, our lease, it was just me and her, and we were on opposite sides. So, like in the 4 bedroom, of course, there was two on one side and two on another side, but it was just one on each. And then one time we got a roommate, but I think she only stayed for like a couple months. She said she didn't like being on because she went to Southern, and she said she didn't like being in an apartment because I think she was a freshman or sophomore, and she wanted to go back on campus or something along those lines. So she didn't stay long. Didn't have no problems with her. But I got another roommate, and Miss Ma'am, let's call her let's call her Ashley. So Ashley, we met her. Ashley was cool, nothing crazy. She was going to school with us. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. I think she was a year younger. And we're like, okay, cool, but well, we were cool, yada yada yada. Ashley had a girlfriend, and the girlfriend seemed cool, no big deal. And at this time, I was always back and forth between my apartment and my boyfriend's apartment. So a lot of this, a lot of the beginning stuff, I was getting from my original roommate. We'll call her Mariah. So Mariah would tell me like stuff that would go on because Mariah was on the same side as Ashley. That's key. So she had a little bit more insight than I did. So Mariah's like when it would be just me and her, or she would text me and she would be like, girl, Ashley and her girlfriend was in there fighting. They kept me up all day. And then they started having sex after and they kept me up still with that. And I was
Mm,
like,
jail.
I was
Jail.
That's sure where they belong. Cause what you
like,
mean?
I was like, for real? I was like, I never hear this. Or sometimes I'll be going. I was like, wait, really? They be arguing like for real? For real? She was like, yeah, I think that she be I think that Ashley's girlfriend be putting hands on her. And I was like, I know you lied to me. And mind you, Ashley was much bigger than the girlfriend. It was like Ashley was probably like 5'6", and the girlfriend was like 5'4". Like she was short. She might have been shorter than that. And it's like, Ashley, if you don't knock that hoe out, like,
I hate
duh.
when people don't know what to do.
And I'm just like, girl, just kick her in her knees or something. Like, just elbow her. Like, just push her. She would fly into the wall. And she was like a little thing. Like she was little and short. And she had all this like her. It was
That's why.
her. Yeah.
That
Um and so that just sets the scene. And then also like we did have like roommate issues with them because like I said, basically Ashley's girlfriend straight up moved in. So I remember at one point I was at my boyfriend's, or I might have been out of town. I can't remember. I was either at my boyfriend's apartment or out of town. And my original roommate, Mariah, was like, yeah, Ashley's girlfriend's cousin, our brother came in town from Baltimore, and Ashley's girlfriend said he could stay here and he was sleeping on the couch. And I was like, excuse me, what? No, absolutely not. That was one strike. I was like, even if I wasn't there, I don't like that because I don't know these people. One, I don't know Ashley's girlfriend, and I don't know this Negroid. So no. Two, they were dirty. They would leave dishes. They would use my dishes. I would be like, does anybody know where my cup is?
That's disgusting.
Like, where's my cup? And they were like, oh. And then they would bring it in from their room with my plate. And I remember so many times I just threw stuff away because I was like, this has mold on it. I remember one time there was gnats in the sink because they went on vacation and left and didn't clean the sink and didn't like clean their dishes. So me and my roommate, Mariah, we threw all that shit away. It was like, you're just not going to come back to any dishes. And then I started taking my silverware out of the kitchen. Like I took the little silverware organizer,
I
and I put
remember.
it in my room because y'all keep losing my stuff. Y'all keep using it, and y'all don't put it back. So one night, this was around finals. Me and my boyfriend were in the kitchen cooking. Um, Ashley and her girlfriend were also in the living room vicinity. And we're just cooking and but I had a final. I had a late night final. So I left, took my final, came back, and then my boyfriend was like, yeah, which Ashley's girlfriend was like, oh, where'd Tejah go? And he was like, oh, she went to go take a final. And apparently, but Ashley had dropped out of school and she was no longer at school, but her parents, nobody knew. And she was working some job. I forgot where she was working, like in Burger King or something. I can't remember. And the girlfriend was like, oh, you see, somebody's in school. When are you gonna take your finals? You got a final? You got a final? Got all up in her face. She was like, when you taking your finals? When you take your finals? Huh? And apparently thumped her in the head. And I was like, you witnessed domestic violence? I was like, oh my gosh. So when I came back, all that stuff. I think this was the same. It might have been a different night, but this particular night, we were also in the kitchen again. And they came in because like the way our apartment was set up, we had a front door, of course, but we had a patio door. And because of the way our parking was right at the patio. So people would always come through the patio. It was very rare that people went through the front door. So they came in through the patio and we were like, we speak, was like, hey y'all, what's up? They're like, what's up? They come in. I guess they start arguing in the room about something. And next thing you know, Ashley comes running past me and she's like, and she's like, help me. Or so she said something. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, did you? And then she goes into my room. And I look at my boyfriend and said, did she just go? And I was like, did she go in my room or did she go in the other room? He's like, I think she went in your room. So then I go in there. I'm like, and she's like hiding behind the door, shaking. And I was like, are you okay? Like,
She was
uh,
acting up, wasn't she?
I was like, what happened? And she was just like, she's crazy. I don't want her here. Like, she gotta go. And I was like, well, this is your apartment. Your name is on the lease. So, like, you can tell her, like, you gotta go. And I was like, do you need me to, like, be there for moral support? I'll stand next to you. And she was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like, yeah, just take a deep breath. You just have to stand your ground, tell her that you want her out. And it's your right to tell her that you want her out. So we go out there and she tells her, and she's like, so the girlfriend was like, no, Tejah, you don't know she out here. I forgot what it was. Apparently Ashley was out here doing some things that she had no business doing. Um,
But even
I
if she
mean,
was, that girl's
that's
not
what I
her
said. I mean,
mother.
yeah, that was like also
Megan.
Megan, something wrong with your camera. Okay, it's back. I wasn't saying that as a justifying, but that was what the girlfriend was rowdy rich about. She was like, she out here doing blah blah blah. She acting like this, she acting like that, and I was just like, well, she wants you to go, so like you gotta go.
Roll Jack.
So then after like a back and forth, my boyfriend stepped in and was like, hey, but like you just gotta go. Blah blah. She goes. We see her. We see this girl walk out of the patio door. Mind you, we're on the first floor. We see her walk out. 5-10 minutes later, Ashley comes running out of her room again, and the girlfriend is trailing her
What a
because
Christ.
she broke into her window, climbed through the window, and I guess I don't know what she was doing. And I was like, oh no,
no.
this is too much. I'm just trying to over here eat my good dinner off of my nice food stamps, and y'all are messing up the vibe. I'm just trying to eat dinner and watch some TV.
Not food
And
stamps, girl.
what is going on? Somehow that shit died down or whatever, and they go back to the room or whatever. And then my original room member, I was like, yeah, and they was in there fucking. It kept me
What?
up, and I was like, I'm so sorry, girl.
That girl sick
So
in the head.
so eventually, my roommate Mariah, she had been like in contact with our management, and our management was doing us dirty. Like they were saying, like, there's no, we can't move her out, y'all can't move out, blah 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 blah. And we were giving them, so we were saying a lot of stuff. Like I sent them emails, they didn't reply to my emails. I left voicemails, they didn't reply. I think it was until I left a review on their Google reviews page that they wanted to reply to us.
Like we are
So
not safe in here. Don't report
literally,
what you get.
literally, that's what we were just trying to. We're like, we're not safe. Like, you gonna have to move her, or you're gonna have to move us. And then eventually that got their attention because I told my roommate, I was like, girl, write a review too, because that's obviously what's getting their attention. Like, slander these people for filth. And so then they moved her out. And I remember so my Ashley knew about Mariah in cahoots trying to get her out because the leasing office told Ashley that it was Mariah. Ashley didn't know that I also was in cahoots because I was never really there, so she didn't think anything. So I remember, I think I was coming into my apartment and I saw her and her girlfriend. They were leaving, and we were in passing. I was like, "Oh, hey, girl," blah blah blah, and she was like, "Well, I guess this is goodbye." And I already knew she was moving out, but I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "I have to move out." And I was like, "Why do you have to move out?"
You're
Tasha's a
going to
menace.
hell. You you're going to hell.
Like, why? And she was like, "Girl, just all this drama and stuff." And I was like,
And stuff.
"Wow." I was
And
like,
stuff, yeah.
I was like, "Damn, for real?"
You
I was
going to
like,
jail.
"Wow, that's crazy." Damn, I'm sorry, but I was like, "It was nice knowing you. I'll see you around."
Not nice.
I
No.
go inside and I was like, "Hallelujah!" And then we went into her room. I think it was me and my boyfriend because we wanted to see how she was living. When I say that was one of the filthiest rooms I've ever seen, like
Oh
there
no.
was like stuff on the wall, like you can tell that they were like the bathroom was filthy. There was a ring around the tub, the toilet, the sink had a ring in it. The closet
Ew.
door was like all fucked up. There was like oh, another problem was that the girlfriend smoked cigarettes. So there was like a pungent cigarette smell in there.
That's disgusting.
It was just so bad. They literally picked up like the big stuff and they left all the little stuff. Like there was bags of stuff, trash all over the place. I was like, oh no, this is trifling as fuck. And then once they were gone, we didn't get another roommate. Me and Mariah, we were living our best life. I didn't really have too many issues with Mariah. Sometimes she would forget biscuits in the oven and they would catch like, they would burn and then the fire alarm would go off. And sometimes she would forget to clean a dish or two. But
Not her trying to burn
Burning
y'all up in the
biscuits.
apartment.
Like she knows she just be burning biscuits.
Like what? Like repeatedly? That's not okay.
That's funny. Yeah. What she must be falling asleep or something. How she just be burning?
man, I'm telling you, like she would just forget. I'll be like, girl,
And then what she say? Oh, I
um,
forgot.
how you forget about your biscuits? And she would come in there running like, oh, or sometimes she would just straight up forget because she didn't have she wouldn't have like the timer on. And I would just smell like me and my boyfriend sometimes being there, we just smell something. We open the damn oven and some black ass biscuits in there. And
No
I'm
other
like,
food, just
That's
biscuits.
that's I can't.
it's just biscuits. Just biscuits.
Mhm. That's funny.
She
Like,
deserves jail.
That's
huh?
funny.
Yeah, some fucking biscuits. Some fucking
Oof.
biscuits.
Excuse me.
But yeah,
Ooh,
that
nope.
was all I got. Close your
That was
mouth.
fun.
All right. Well, Miss Ma'am up there is getting sleepy. So, um,
That's because another day I didn't go to sleep last night. Let me not lie. I didn't go to sleep until 4 o'clock in the morning. What was I doing? I don't know. I was just watching
hey,
TV.
Morgan
Welcome
Jr.
to my hood.
This has been happening way too frequently for me. Like I can, if I wanted to right now, I can like be forcing myself to stay up, and I don't like that. I need to get back to what 8 o'clock sleeper.
Sickening. Well,
All right,
we
what's
can
the word?
move on. You want to cut the? Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Not cut it yet. Word of the week, Morg. Let's hit it.
If you wanna be smart and you wanna know how to speak, you come to Not That Complicated for the word of the week. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Um, this week's word of the week is Megulla. Megulla, spelled Megillah. One, the definition, the first definition, a long, involved story or account. Two,
Oh, perfect.
an elaborate, complicated production or sequence of events. To be, everything involved in what is under consideration. Used in a sentence. Well, one fine day last spring, I was laying off for a week at the American in New York when Sally phones me, a Magullah about this inspiration that he and some other bookers had that morning in the steam room. Sure.
Not in the
So,
steam room.
a Magullah, that's what that is. We basically just shared what that is. That was completely unintentional.
That's crazy. Love that press. So I challenge all of you guys to use Magella in your everyday language this week. We're out here trying to expand our vocabulary. Read those books. Read the dictionary if you don't have a book. Um, all right.
Right.
Ready? A one, two. A one, two, three. Hit it.
Not
Not that complicated. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. That was beautiful. I love that one. That was probably one of my favorites.
You like
Morgan,
the
what do you think?
Um, Beautiful gowns.
You're a hater. Okay,
Oh,
so not that complicated is actually in relation to today's topic. Sorry, something's been in my contact all night. God, I feel like a little pebble. But like I said, it's in relation to today's topic. So say you are living with someone, right? And y'all just moved into, actually not just someone. You move in. I know hypothetically this is gonna be a hypothetical situation because none of us are doing this. But you move in with your boyfriend,
mm,
and
Who said I ain't doing that?
well, okay, you've
I,
always had that sentiment that you ain't moving in with a boyfriend. So
I know. I was just joking.
okay, so you move in with your boyfriend, and this is the first time that you in your relationship y'all didn't really do that, spend the night over each other's house. So you only saw things his household in pieces. So you guys move in together and you actually move into his apartment. You move into his space.
even
Um
worse.
Yeah.
and
Men live like
so
savages.
literally, so you move in and on the first day you get there, his house isn't, top tip top shape, super clean. But he's been working, so you just let that fly off. You're like, okay, it's no big deal. Yeah, it's a lot now because we're bringing broccoli in here, so it's looking really junky, but I ain't gonna hold him for that. But as time goes on, you notice like things like he just straight up takes off his clothes in the middle in the hallway and just leaves them in the pile. He takes shoes off anywhere. He like does stuff like leaves the toothpaste in the sink like when it drops off. He lets dishes pile up and then just throws in the dishwasher. If he doesn't feel like it, he just hides them. So you start to see that
Hold on,
he's a
wait. Hide some where?
he hides them in the dishwasher.
That is
You don't
disgusting.
turn the dishwasher on?
Oh no, no, he just puts them there because he doesn't want to deal with them.
Completely
Um,
disgusting.
you've never seen him clean his toilet, his bathroom in general. You actually can't find bleach anywhere in the house
What's
or
the
any cleaning.
question?
You
Because
can't
I'm
find any
that up.
cleaning products. So, like I said, you guys are in a relationship. You've been in a relationship for a
No, we
while.
not.
What are you doing in this situation?
I'm not living there.
I'm not. I don't
I'm
even know if
not
I'm the
living
boyfriend at this
there.
point because if I stay with you and we get married and that's how you live, then you're gonna want me to be a maid, and I can't do that.
True. I'm gonna say maybe he's one of those coachable ones who you can train them how to clean up. I'm not saying that I'm a good teller what to do, or I could tell anybody what to do. So that doesn't really phase me. I could tell you, okay, now wipe that off. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now come over here, bring that, wipe that. I can do that. But not,
Mm-hmm.
okay, not all. You gonna have to. I'm gonna give you some chances to get it. Then you're gonna get into the routine. Maybe he needs a chore chart. However, I know for a
Not a
fact
chore chart.
I'm not living in that house. In
But
that
a part of me is bothered by the fact that he's okay with living under these conditions. Like
yeah,
that in
that's
itself
weird.
bothers me. Like the fact that you're dirty, pretty much. You're a dirty person.
Cause I'll say me, I only started cleaning up like no temptation. No, I let my room get piled with clothes. Not nasty stuff, but I would have
Messy and dirty are different
yeah,
though.
I would have stuff everywhere. But moving out, like living by myself, is what made me be like, oh hell no, let's clean this up. That's what made me like have to
Mm-hmm.
take some initiative and want to clean something up.
Mm-hmm.
So how you living like that? It ain't well, but if you put them in a dishwasher, this is why we got to break up.
He don't
Cause
got dishwashing pots. He don't got. He don't. He doesn't believe in dishwasher. He just say like, I'm a hand washer. I just don't feel like doing them right now, so I'm just gonna sit them in the dishwasher right quick.
He's disgusting
he could
and he
at
doesn't
least put
deserve
the
good things.
steam thing on. He could at least make it do the hot water. That's at least gonna burn it off. Do you know how hot the dishwater water get? Like the
He
dish
said he's not doing that.
thing. It's like sterilization. What is wrong?
He said he's not doing that. Mm-mm.
I'm
Nope.
not doing
I know for a fact I ain't living there.
I agree. I'm definitely not living there.
I know for a fact I'm not living there. I can't say that I'm gonna break up with it. That's weird.
That is
like I
so
would I would have to
strange.
see, I don't know, like
Yeah,
just how
that's why I
bad,
was like, I gotta
because
see.
if it's really bad, then I will have to reconsider my part in the relationship, only just because, like I said, if it takes me telling you to be clean for you to be clean, that's a problem.
Yeah. And I also have to look, I'm like, you must be a mama's boy. And that means whatever crazy you got going on up in there from being a mama's boy, that's gonna come out. And let me see. That's the one type of nigga I'd never be a mama's boy. Out of here. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm definitely saying no to that too. I just
I'm this one. I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna break up with him off the bat. We always be telling people, I'm not. We're breaking up. I'm not gonna say break up. I'm gonna say we need a new apartment. If we're living together, I'm not living there. I can't do anything for this place. I'm not living there.
I can't help it. I
And
can't.
you're throwing all your stuff away.
Yeah, you're coming with new stuff because you might bring roaches. I don't know what is in here.
No.
I wouldn't be I wouldn't feel comfortable being there. I would always feel like I have to wear a hazmat suit.
I'll take my ass right back to my mom's house. Where you at? Oh, I'm at my mom's house. I'm spending the night over here today.
Ooh, I'm just so tired. They say it's more dangerous to drive tired than it is to drive drunk.
Oh my gosh,
Spending
please.
the night over here. Oh.
They say here. Yeah, no. Well, I'm glad we're on the consensus of that we're all not staying there because that's trifling as the hell. Mm, niggas trifling. But yeah, that concludes this episode of Not That Complicated. Make sure you are following us on Instagram and Not That Complicated Pod. And you subscribe to us on YouTube, not on YouTube, on YouTube, and Not That Complicated Podcast. And remember to send in those emails to ntcpod@gmail for It's Complicated. You just put that ITC in the subject line, and that is you asking for advice. And obviously, our advice is so wonderful that you would love for us to help you in your situation. Just kidding. We're not licensed therapists. But like I said, make sure you are following us on Instagram to stay engaged with us. And if you're feeling fancy, make sure you are following the host. You can follow me at Sotasia, SeauxTejah.
And me at 2 underscores Jametra, Jametra.
And you can follow me on all social media platforms at Moeshco. That's Moashco. You already know. Coming through the dough, drop it to the flow. About to give you Mo. Thanks for listening this week.
Purr. Peace
Bye.
it out.
Bye, guys.